Hey, what's going on, all you diecast collectors and diecast enthusiasts? I consider myself the latter, although I am a collector as well. I am more of an enthusiast, which is why you see everything I get gets cracked open out of the package. It gets rolled around and moderately played with, and then it goes in a display case. And I take a few minutes out of every day and I go and I look at my collection. Anyways, I've got something big that is tracking to be here tomorrow, so stay tuned for that because that's going to be a good video. But tonight I was out at Toys R Us and I found a couple of cars that I wanted to crack open. But before I do that, I got these out and I got to looking at them and I got to looking at my case. I'm like, wow, I've got quite a few of those. So this is going to be a Greenlight Jeep Wrangler video. It's only going to be Jeep Wranglers. I have some other Hot Wheels and Matchbox cars I picked up today that I wanted to crack, but there's just too many of these to go over. And I'm sure all of these have been reviewed in a video at some point or another. This one, I dropped it. I'm going to have to dab some glue to get that bumper back on. But I just wanted to do a generic review of the Greenlight Jeep Wranglers because they're awesome. They're small. So here's the deal. And I'm sure a lot of you collectors know this. When Greenlight puts out a release, it's a 6-car release. Now, usually what they do is they'll have 4 cars that are average amount of metal, average amount of detail, average amount of cool factor. And then they will have 1 car that is sick. And that's the car that the scalpers are going to go after and all of that stuff. To compensate for, it might be a bigger casting, it might be the military truck, it might be the family truckster where there's more metal, there's more detail that goes into it, the cost of production is a little bit higher. So what they do is on that last car, they make it a smaller car, an altered ego, or the little Fiat, altered dragster, or a Jeep Wrangler, or a Volkswagen Beetle. It offsets the cost of the other car so that the average cost is where they need it to be. Well, the Jeep Wrangler is one of those smaller castings to offset some of that cost. And as far as that goes, I think it is the best. What would be a good term for that? Cost saving casting in their lineup, because as good of a job as they do on the Volkswagen Beetles, and to me they do a good job. It's not great. They're good. They do a fantastic job on these Jeep Wranglers. So let's take a look. It took me 4 minutes for that spiel. We have number 226 here, and I don't recall. I think this was from this is an 87 Wrangler. I think this was from a Country Roads series. These do feature the removable top. I don't force it. If, in this case, I'm not going to force it. Some of these other ones you'll be able to see. But these are just the stock steel wheels that they came with. But you can see the amount of detail, everything from the wiper blades on the windshield, which are painted, to the lensed insert headlights, painted indicators. You know what? This is the Hollywood. This is a Hollywood release from The Walking Dead, I think. Just a really cool casting. And the Wranglers that have the spare on the back, you do get a real rubber spare with the all-terrain tread, same as the 4 main tires. But here you have your little jerry can holders. You've got lensed brake lights that are have tampoed indicators over the top. And another thing that they do is if you look at the windows. Now this is not the traditional canvas soft top, I don't think, but they do a great job of that effect of that plastic window that zips down. And the Patriot Games Jeep is the best at that, so I'll get to that one. Here is one. This is an all-terrain. This came without a top, so you just have the roll bar. We're looking here, I think this is also an 87. Yeah, same year as the other one, just without the top. But you've got the Wrangler written there on the hood. Just a ton of detail. You got a bumper winch there. You got spotlights. Still have lensed headlights. This one, the spare tire's covered. Looks like a stock spare, not the oversized off-road tire. But really, really nice detail for a 1/64 scale car. Keep this moving here. This is from the Hollywood series. I think this is a 94. This is from Clueless. And this one also came without the top. So you can kind of see, the Jeep never really did make any drastic changes to their body style. I mean, they have, but for the most part, they've stayed pretty much the same. So you can see a slight evolution from 87 to 94. Here we have a 95. This is the Rio Grande. I just cracked this open on video recently. I think most of these, if not all of them, are authentic Jeep colors. I know this is an actual Jeep color with that tan top. Just an awesome casting. This one you have more premium wheels. You have the Goodyear Wrangler all-terrain white wall tires. And you do have the removable top. But I'm not going to force it on that one either. Okay, so here's a newer body style. This is a 2007. This one features a metal base. This is the Hermosa Beach Police Department. So you can see you have the composite fenders, the more plastic fenders, and but it still maintains that Jeep look. They've never really strayed from it. This top pops right off, so here's what I'm saying. This is the modern roll bar that they have. Just an awesome looking casting, so authentic. Whoa, so detailed. And you got a light bar here on the top, but they just go right back on. You just got to get all the little pegs in the holes. Here is one that came from one of the Diorama sets. I think it's one of the ones that just came out. This is the Sahara. And this thing, good buddy of mine in high school dated a chick who she was a daddy's girl. Her dad was pretty wealthy, and he bought her a brand new Jeep Wrangler Sahara. She was a junior in high school with the brand new Jeep. And it looked exactly like this. Same color and everything. So there's your Jeep Wrangler Sahara, or Sahara, however you want to say it. This was a County Roads 1990. So this is a black metal painted base. The other one was not painted. But here's your 1990 Jeep Wrangler. And here's the top I was talking about. It's a hard top. But you can see how they get the windows to look so authentic, even to the point of the hinges that are on them. This one also pops off, I think. Just don't want to force it. Screw it. So there you go. That's a 1990 roll bar there. Really cool looking. Here's her top. And I think they're pretty good about making the tops come off and go on, although this one here looks not right. Yeah, put it back on. Good enough for me. You can see the glass right there. Doesn't look right, but other than that, another awesome Jeep Wrangler. Here's the Patriot Games one that I was talking about. And you catch this in the right light, and these windows, they just look so authentic to that really thick plastic window that they had in the early 90s. This is another 87. Awesome wheels. This is from the Hollywood series, the Patriot Games. There's that one. It's also come out here in the Black Bandit. I like this one quite a bit. You've got the Black Bandit logo there on the spare tire. And it's pretty much all murdered out. It doesn't have the blacked out headlights and brake lights. Like every now and then you'll find a totally murdered out Black Bandit. I've got a Ford Taurus. It's actually a Hollywood series for Men in Black, but it is black on black on black on black. Everything on that car is black. It looks sick. But this, you can see they've gone to the round headlights. This is a 2014 Jeep Wrangler. It also has the removable top, but I'm not going to take any more of those off tonight, except this one. This is one of my favorites because they detailed it up like it's been mudding, and I think that looks sick. Did a really nice job with the splatter paint effect. And this is a 2010. These are authentic wheels. That's an authentic grille. Such good detail. This top comes off. It goes on and off real nice, real easy. And I actually have this in the green machine too. But yeah, that one's pretty cool. This top never gives me any trouble. It comes off and goes on, no problem. But again, you can see the plastic windows. So that's another awesome one there. And then this is another Diorama Jeep. This came in the Army Diorama. I love the Army livery on the Jeep Wrangler. This is another one of my favorites. Really cool looking. Top comes off on this one. The cool thing about this is it has the old 80s style roll bar. And to me, I think that's just awesome looking. I wish that they had opening hoods. The hood on these is a separate piece, I think. So I don't think it would be that hard to make the hood come up. Like the, kind of like the Chevy trucks. The C10s. And then here is one from Field of Dreams. I really want to get the green machine of this one. It's a green body, green machine. I don't have any Jeeps that are green body, green machines. So here's another 87 from Field of Dreams. I think it's his brother-in-law that tries to get him to sell his house that pulls up in this vehicle. And then to show you, this is the Clueless Jeep in the green machine version. So you have the regular and the green machine. You can see green base, green wheels, much lower number. So that's pretty cool there. And then the Field of Dreams one, I actually picked up not a green machine, but it's the red tire, the Target exclusive. And I'm not sure if it's true. I know the green machines are I think they're 3% of the production run. It might be 2%, but I think it's 3%. And I heard that these red tires are 0.5%. I don't know if that's true or not, but I can tell you they are not easy to find. They are not readily available on eBay. Some of them are, some of them will pop up. The Hollywood series are the kind that the collectors are hoarding. They've only come out in the Hollywood series and the all-terrain series, as far as I know. They haven't been out in any other series. So the all-terrain ones are easier to find. I have a few of those as well. But I liked this one because it had the spare, the red spare. And I have a Dodge Ram all-terrain that has the same setup. It looks cool. 5 red tires there. So those are the loose Jeep Wranglers I have from Greenlight. Well, tonight, while at Toys R Us, I found the anniversary Jeep Wranglers. The Nissans were gone. I don't know what else is in that series. I have the GTR Green Machine, but I would like to get the Nissan, but these were the last 2 that were left, so we're gonna liberate them from their packaging. These are the 2016 model, and I don't have any of the 2016. These are the first, so I think this is actually a new tool. I think this tool debuted with this release. I'm not positive, but I believe that to be the case. But as I said earlier, Jeep doesn't make a lot of changes, so whatever the changes are to the 2016, I'm sure they will be subtle. Alright, so first thing I notice is the hood. That is a different hood. None of my others have a hood that looks anything like that. I like the color on this, that olive army looking color. I like the 1941 on the spare. Now the brake lights on this don't look like they are the transparent. They look painted. But you also have a painted brake light above the spare tire there. Yeah, this one had it too. This was a 2007 and it has it as well. So that's a cool feature. The wheels look really nice. That's a really nice wheel. And you got the olive green base to match. The top does come off. It feels like it's ready to come off, no problem. And there's your roll bar. So that is a pretty cool Jeep there. New casting from Greenlight. And it looks a lot like the 2015. But I gotta say, I think it looks better with that hood. Where's my 2015? Here's 2010. 2014. Maybe that's the one I was thinking of. 2007. So here's the closest thing, the 2014. And you can see the difference in the hood. And just the difference. Well, I mean, one of them's a hard top, one of them's a soft top, but that just doesn't feel like it's on right. But I don't think it's going to go on any better than that. One of the pins broke off inside the... Yeah, that's as good as it's going to go on. Good enough. Really cool Jeep there. Oh no, look at that. A busted out headlight. I don't know if it came like that. I'm going to have to watch the video back to see. I don't think it did. I think it fell out because I think I just found it. Right there on my diorama. So a little dab of glue will get that back in there, and then it'll be all cloudy and everything. So I'll figure something out, but no worries. That's the green one. That was my second choice. I really couldn't decide which one to get, so I got both. I really just wanted one, and I really just wanted this one. It's the same Jeep with the white color, or cream color. Hopefully this one doesn't break and fall apart like the green one. So the green one, I put the roof back on, and one of the little pins that goes into the body broke off in the body, and then the headlight falls out, so that's a fail. But you know, I buy a ton of Greenlight. I've got hundreds and hundreds of them, and there aren't a lot of issues like that, at least not from my experience. I find those issues quite often with M2, but pretty seldom with Greenlight or Auto World. So here's the same thing with the white or cream color. I'm going to adjust the light here so it doesn't drown out the color of the Jeep. It's a very nice, very clean looking. I just feel like this isn't focusing very good. Very clean looking. I like the color on this a lot. There you go. You got both headlights. There's your modern Jeep bumper. But that grille, I mean, you can see here from 87 or 93 or whatever it is, there's a broken bumper. It's the one I gotta glue. Not a lot of change. A little bit of change, but not a lot. The same general theme is intact. This has a painted base as well to match the body. I'm not going to pull the top off of this one. You can see back here. Got your muffler. A lot of detail there on the bottom. More than what you usually get with Greenlight. But very cool. So let's see here. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16. So the Greenlight Jeep collection is up to 16. It's actually 17 if you count the all-terrain green machine that I have. I don't. The funny thing is I collect Greenlight. I don't collect the Jeeps. I just collect everything Greenlight. And if I run into a casting that I don't have in my collection and I have a few dollars to spare, I will pick it up regardless of what it is. If I don't have it and I have the money, I will pick it up if it's Greenlight. So with M2, I'm pretty picky. I get 1 or 2 cars per release. Auto World, I try to get pretty much everything just because there's not a lot of it that comes out. And Hot Wheels, I'm super picky. Matchbox, I try to get all the real cars. And when you do it over the course of time, you end up with something like this. So if any of you are fans of Jeep Wrangler off-road vehicles, or if you drive a Jeep, hopefully you like the video here, and hopefully I'll be back tomorrow with a pretty epic video. It's a car that is pretty hard to find. It's pretty valuable. It's a beautiful die-cast car. And I think what I'm going to do in that video is pull out all of my best cars and I'll kind of show those cars what they are and then crack open the new one. And at some point I really got to work on this diorama. I need to get the driveway down, the garage floor. I need to get some bushes and some deadfall and some shrubbery. I need to paint the lines on the road. I need a stop sign, a speed limit sign. I need to make a split rail fence. I think it's a split rail. Yeah. If you go way back in my earlier videos, I had another diorama which looked a lot better than this one, but it was a lot smaller. And I made a split rail fence on that one. I thought it looked pretty good, pretty authentic. So I think I know how to do it. It's just it's time consuming, and being back to work, it's hard to find time to put into the diorama. Although I should focus more time and money on that and less on diecast, because I would accomplish more and I would spend less money. But anyways, so that is the video for tonight. Here's a look at the rest of the diorama. There's junk on it. And an old toothbrush to sweep off the street. Got an old dirt road back there that goes back around the house. And then over here is what is supposed to be just a little field or pasture. It just has junk on it everywhere. This is just a pub-style kitchen table. That it's our old kitchen table. It was sitting out in the garage, and we weren't using it. And I said, yeah, I'm going to make a diorama on that. It was the right size. I was hoping for something a little bigger. Not quite as big as WTFFOR, but something kind of like that. His is like 32 square feet. This is like 11 and a half. So his is 3 times the size of this, and it's a lot nicer because of his terrain features. If you decide to do a diorama and you want to do uneven terrain, it gets more advanced than what I'm, than what I know. This is only my second diorama. Everything I did here, I learned from watching how-to videos. And it doesn't look great because it's not done, but once I get it done, it'll look pretty good. It won't be the best that you'll ever see, but it definitely won't be the worst. But it's so much easier on keeping the terrain flat. All I did on this is I took joint compound, because on my last one I mixed the plaster, and that plaster is so heavy and it sets fast, so you got to be, when you're sculpting out your terrain, you got to be quick. And I heard a tip on one of the how-to videos. The guy said, don't use that stuff, it's expensive. Use joint compound, it's a fraction of the price, it's a lot easier to work with. And so that's what I did on this one, is I just I took the table, cleaned it off, and then I just started spreading out joint compound, which is where you get the brown texture underneath. And then for the road, I did it as smooth as I could, and then I sanded it out. And then once you get all that done, you paint where the grass is going to be. You paint all that, whatever earth tone you want, light brown, dark brown. You can do a mix. And then you start laying the grass on top of that. And then for the road, I definitely recommend not doing black. No road is black. There some shade of gray, some darker, some lighter, but very uncommon you'll find a black road. So I mixed the black down. I thought I mixed it down pretty good, but I think looking at it now that it's on and dry, I think it's still too dark. But they're fun to do, and if you want to make a cool display for your diecast, it's not that expensive to do it, and it's fun. It doesn't take a long time. Doing that stuff, like the house, that stuff takes a lot of time. That house right there I could have made probably 4 or 5 of these dioramas in the time I took to make that house. That thing was time consuming. And I made that out of foam board. I didn't even really measure anything. I just kind of drew it out, cut it out, glued it together, and then painted it. And it doesn't look great, but I wanted a structure on the diorama, and it was between a house and a gas station. I would prefer the gas station, but being that I'd never made a house or any scale structure out of foam board, I thought the house would be easier, and so that's why I went with the house. But the window in the house is just a Greenlight package, what was left over from it. But yeah, that's I need a lot. I need a lot more trees. There's a lot that needs to be done. But believe me when I tell you, if I ever get the diorama done, my viewers will be the first to see it. And if I work on it, you'll be the first to see the progress on it. So anyways, that's the video for tonight. I didn't pick up anything really at all today or yesterday. So, but tomorrow will be a big day. And tomorrow night I'm going to the local meet. So my video may be Sunday, or it'll either be late tomorrow night or Sunday. And hopefully it'll be a pretty epic video. It might be a couple of videos depending on how the meet goes and if I find anything there. So stay tuned for that. But sorry for babbling for a half hour. Thank you for checking it out. Hopefully you liked the video. Hopefully if you collect 1 to 64 scale cars, you collect Greenlight to some extent. If you don't, you're definitely missing out. It's arguably the best car you can get for the money. I think Auto World is better. However, I don't think they're a whole lot better. And the selection and the possibilities with Greenlight far exceed what you're going to get with Auto World. Greenlight makes probably 50 different castings for every one that Auto World comes out with in this scale. So definitely, you know, if you collect Hot Wheels, if you want to expand, these are a little bit more expensive, but they are a lot more detailed. They are miniature scale replicas. So it's something you might want to think about expanding it into. But thanks again, everybody. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I will holler at the next video.